What's going on, guys? Matt Weik, Weik Fitness. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode. So today, we have the holidays right around the corner. As of today, which is December 16th, at the time of recording this, we are basically a week out from Christmas. So this is a fitness channel, so let me first start off by saying Merry Fitmas. But with that being said, guys, I truly hope you guys have a fantastic holiday, regardless of what holiday you celebrate. You know, this is a time where we can all come together, friends, family, just everyone just gets together. They have fun, they talk, they, talk about what they had, accomplished for this year, their goals for next year, what's new in their life. And this could even be a time where people are flying from across the nation or even from overseas. If you have a service member that's coming back for the holidays, it's just such an amazing time. Now, I know something that a lot of you have on your mind around the holidays is, what about my health and fitness goals? What about my diet? What about my nutrition? How am I going to make it through the holidays without putting on 10, 15 pounds and then rolling into the new year going, what just happened? So, I am going to put together some Fitmas rules. Now, what I mean by that is, I see two sides of the spectrum here. On one side, I see people who are like, it's the holidays, I'm going to eat whatever I want. And then I see another side of, I'm going to completely deprive myself of all the good and delicious food that I could be eating, but I'm not going to because I don't want to have it mess up my nutrition. I'm kind of somewhere in the middle with this. And I think it's a stance that I think you guys will be able to apply to your own life and make it through the holidays without regretting not eating, your aunt or your grandmother's or your mom's favorite dish that she makes that you absolutely love, that you're like, I can't eat any of this because I know what's in it. And that's part of the problem, but yes, it's also part of the solution of how you can stay in shape year-round and not have those regrets or those cravings, so to speak. So let's talk about this for a little bit. And I want to keep this short. I know it's, around the holidays, people are shopping, people are running around, so I don't want to stretch this out. So let's get right to the point. The holiday season is a time where I want you to have fun, okay? If it's September 2nd, most people don't care. But around the holidays, when there's cookies and pastries and, people are making these elaborate meals and bringing everyone together, don't deprive yourself. Work around it. Now, if you know that you're going to have a meal where not exactly the best food options are going to be there according to the diet that you're currently following, and again, I use diet loosely. I don't care if you're doing keto, paleo, Mediterranean, if it fits your macros, low fat, low carb, high carb. I don't care what you're doing, okay? You want to make sure that the days leading up to the gathering, the event, the meal, whatever the case may be, that you're really careful with the foods that you're consuming. So you might want to tighten things up just a little bit those days leading up to it. That way, it'll give you a little leeway during that holiday gathering for you to enjoy maybe a few drinks with the family, some wine, some scotch, margaritas, whatever the case may be. Maybe it's pies, maybe it's pastries, maybe it's Christmas cookies, whatever the case may be. You can fill in the blank with whatever traditions you guys have. But the day of is really where you want to pay attention. Now, I don't say that in a sense of you need to really pay attention to your nutrition. I want you to pay attention to the things that you do that day. So here's where I want you to start. First thing in the morning, I want you to get to the gym. Most gyms are open Christmas, but only for a few hours. So maybe they open up at 5 or 6 and they only stay open until noon. Get there first thing. Wake up, go right to the gym. Get your workout in, sweat it up, Burn those calories so that you give yourself that leeway for the rest of the day. If your gym is not open, and I understand there are gyms who, and I'm completely okay with that are closed on the holiday. And they have every right to do that. But that's not an excuse to not fit in a workout. There's so many things you can do at home. You can do body weight exercises. You can go outside and go for a walk, go for a jog, go for a run, walk your dog, walk up and down the steps in your apartment or your home or wherever you are. Just try and fit in something where you're burning calories first thing in the morning. That's going to get your metabolism revving. It's going to get you primed for the day rather than starting out sluggish and then going into big meals where by the end of the day, you're literally laying on the couch just wanting to fall asleep. So the next thing I want you to do is watch the liquid calories that you're consuming up to that gathering. So, if you're drinking soda, which I really don't recommend you do anyways, try and get as much water in during the day as possible, especially if you know you're going to have a few adult beverages that night or that afternoon, whatever time your gathering is. So once you are ready to leave for the gathering, what I want you to do is I want you to take in a protein source, okay? So whether that be something that you already made that's in the fridge, like maybe you have leftover chicken breast or leftover steak or a leftover burger or fish or, whatever plant-based tofu, whatever, diet you're on, I want you to have a protein source before you go. Once you get there, I want you to make sure that you're not just picking at things. Go there with the plan. Get a plate. If there's vegetables, if they have, the veggie trays with the dip, get a plate full of veggies, maybe some nuts. A lot of places have peanuts or cashews or almonds or something there that you can pick at. Just put them on a plate. That way you have a visual of all of the things that you're eating. Okay, so up in your head, okay, this is what I've had. Vegetables, you can eat whatever you want with vegetables. I'm not concerned about that. It's the other stuff later in the day where you need to kind of pick and choose your battles, but not deprive yourself at the same time. So, go to your meal with the same strategy. Get your plate. The bulk of your plate you want to have with some type of vegetable. Now, when I say vegetable, I don't mean broccoli casserole, where it's just loaded with cheese and butter and all that stuff. That doesn't count. That's not to say that you can't have that on your plate, but you want to have some type of, if possible, fibrous vegetable carbohydrate type source on your plate. That's actually going to help you feel full. That way you don't overeat, so you're not going up for thirds, fourths, fifths, and by the end of it, you're starting to look like Santa himself. So take that plate, some type of fibrous vegetable, okay? Then load up on the protein. And from there, put on the stuff that you enjoy. If once a year you only get that broccoli casserole, by all means, put some on. But here's what I want you to pay attention to. How much you're actually putting on. Don't get a plate and fill it up with broccoli casserole, okay? But at the same time, I don't want you to deprive yourself. So enjoy the food that's in front of you. But be mindful of the serving size that you're putting on your plate. That's the only thing that I'm asking for you guys to do if you want to make it through the holidays without gaining weight. Just be mindful of how much you're putting on your plate, how much you're consuming. If you want to have a roll, that's fine, but be mindful of the carbs that you're taking in. So after that meal, what I suggest is, you absolutely want to drink water because water is what's actually going to help fill up your stomach as well. So it's going to trigger, your brain to think that you're full, even though maybe you're not completely full. That's going to save up some room for the desserts that you're going to like. So drinking that water for the time being is going to help you curb your appetite until that dessert rolls around. And let's be honest, dessert is where it's at. That's where you get all the delicious pastries, and maybe you're making special donuts and cookies and pies and cakes. Who knows what all you make? But that's where the goods are. So you also want to be mindful of what you're eating during that lunch or that dinner that you're having. So if you know that you're going to splurge a little bit more later on, then maybe don't go as heavy on some of the carbohydrates or the fats during, that lunch or dinner. So, you give yourself a little bit of wiggle room to have, those desserts that you enjoy. So after your meal, especially if you're drinking, make sure that you're fitting in water. So if you're having a glass of wine, maybe you're having a glass of scotch with the guys. Girls, you can drink scotch too if that's your thing. But, in between, try and drink some water. Not only is it going to help you stay hydrated, but at the same time, it's also going to help you stay full. Now, once you get to the desserts, this is where people tend to go sideways, and it destroys their entire, week, because they'll load up on a dozen cookies. They'll have a big piece of pie. Oh, wait, they're going to go back for a second piece of pie because it was that good. And by the end of the night, they're going, what just happened? I was so good, and I probably had 5,000 calories just from dessert. So be mindful of the things that you eat. But again, I want you to go back to the point that I said at the very beginning for these Fitmas rules. I don't want you to deprive yourself. So don't think that that cookie is off limits. However, just have one. Now, that's not to say that you can use that for everything that's on the cookie tray. Like, I'm going to have one of these, I'm going to have one of these, I'm going to have one of these. Don't have one of everything, okay? Pick and choose your battles. What do you really want? Maybe it's something that you only get once a year. If it's a chocolate chip cookie, you can get that any time of year. But if it's something special, only made during the holidays, pick and choose your battles. Go for that one. Okay? So, again, I'm dragging this out a little bit, but I think you guys get the main concept that I'm trying to get through here. And that is, I don't want you to deprive yourself, but at the same time, I don't want you to think that it's open season just because it's a holiday. Okay? You can, have your cake and eat it too, so to speak. But just be mindful of the things that you're consuming. And with that being said, guys, I truly hope that you have a fantastic holiday, an amazing new year. I'll be back with more episodes before the new year gets here. But if this is the only one that you're catching between now and December 31st, guys, I wish you all of the best. I hope you had a fantastic year. It's because of you guys that I'm doing this podcast. And again, I'm doing this because I like helping you guys. I like talking to you guys. I like giving you guys the knowledge that you can utilize so that you can make the best decisions for your life, your health, and make a difference. And hopefully the knowledge that you gain from the things that I'm helping you guys with, you can also give to someone else so that you can help them as well. So, caring and sharing, guys. I hope you guys found value in this. I hope you guys have a fantastic holiday. And with that being said, I'm out. Merry Fitmas, guys. See ya.